Money. It's something that we all deal with, but have you ever stopped to think that how you manage it isn't just about logic or numbers? I recently read the book The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. One thing I learned is that the key to financial success has less to do with intelligence and more with understanding human behavior and emotions. This book takes the reader beyond typical financial advice and uncovers how our mindset shapes our financial decisions and ultimately our lives. Hi. If you're new to this channel, my name is Greg Hardy, and my channel revolves around basic day-to-day personal finance topics and tips that will hopefully lead you to financial freedom. In this video, I'm breaking down the most powerful insights from the psychology of money that will make you rethink how you approach your finances. From why most people fail to build wealth to the real secrets of staying wealthy. Get ready to change the way you think about money forever. This book is a real game changer in understanding money behavior. And if you've ever read this book, feel free to leave a comment below on how this book impacted your life and your finances. One of the most profound lessons from the psychology of money is understanding that the true dividend of wealth isn't luxury or status, it's time. Money at its core should be a tool to help you gain control over how you spend your days. It's not just about amassing wealth for its own sake. It's about creating freedom and the ability to live life on your terms. I mean, after all, what's more valuable than waking up in the morning and being able to decide how you'll spend your time? Think about it. Wealth isn't defined by the cars we drive or the size of our homes. It's defined by the flexibility that we have. The ultimate goal is to use money to buy back our most precious resource, time. When you can choose to work because you want to, not because you have to, that's when you truly understand that financial success is measured in moments, not in dollars. Controlling your time is the highest dividend that money pays. This shift in perspective can transform how we view our finances and ultimately lead to a richer and more fulfilling life. Another compelling idea in the psychology of money is that less ego often leads to more wealth. Morgan Housel makes a compelling case that financial success isn't just about earning more, but about spending less and prioritizing humility over showing off. The more that you try to impress others with your wealth, the more you sacrifice the real benefits of having it. Ego can push you to spend money on things that don't add true value to your life, trapping you in a cycle of working harder just to maintain an image. True wealth is the money that you don't see, the savings, the investments, the financial safety net that gives you peace of mind and freedom. When you learn to let go of the need for constant validation and avoiding flashy expenses, you create a space to build real wealth. It's the quiet, steady growth that matters. Less ego means you're making decisions for your future self, not just for the fleeting approval of others. The payoff? A life that's rich in security, freedom, and opportunities. No one is more impressed with your possessions than you are. His idea is that building wealth has little to do with your income or your investment returns, and everything to do with your savings rate. Now guys, if you're finding value in this video and are into growing your wealth and making smarter financial decisions, I ask that you hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps this channel to grow and gets this information out to more people. Thank you. Here's an interesting thought. Financial success isn't always about how smart you are or how much you know. It's actually more about how you behave with your money. Even the most experienced investors can make poor decisions because of emotional biases. It's not about being a genius at picking stocks or even understanding complex strategies. It's about keeping your emotions in check and making wise choices consistently. For example, somebody might know all the best investment strategies, but if they panic and sell everything during a market drop, they can lose out big time. One powerful idea from the book is that even if you're wrong half the time, you can still make a lot of money if you have the right behavior. Why? Because a few smart decisions made with patience and discipline can more than make up for the mistakes. It's a reminder that staying calm, avoiding rash decisions, and sticking to your plan often matters more than knowing all the financial tricks. A person with basic knowledge but good habits, like patience and discipline, can end up more successful. Now let's talk about the power of long-term thinking. One of the biggest lessons from the psychology of money is that patience can be your best friend when it comes to building wealth. Why? Because of something called compounding. Compounding is when your money starts to earn money, and then that money earns even more money over time. It's like a snowball that keeps getting bigger as it rolls downhill. But here's the catch. It takes time to really see the benefits of it. So being patient is key. Morgan Housel shares the story of Ronald Reed, a janitor and a gas station attendant who quietly built an $8 million fortune. How'd he do it? Not by jumping into risky investments or trying to time the market. Instead, he invested consistently in solid companies and left his investments alone for decades. His story shows that you don't need a fancy financial plan to succeed. You just need to stick with it and let time work in your favor. It's proof that long-term thinking and patience can make a huge difference. Now, there's a big difference between getting wealthy and staying wealthy, and Morgan Housel does a great job explaining this in his book. Getting wealthy often involves taking some risks, being bold, and seizing opportunities. But staying wealthy, that's a whole different ballgame. It's about protecting what you've built and making sure that you don't lose it all with one bad move. This means thinking carefully, being humble, and managing risks well. Housel also points out that humility plays a huge role in staying wealthy. It's about understanding that no matter how much money you have, you're never too smart to make a mistake. Being aware of what you don't know and planning for unexpected events can help you hold on to your wealth. It's not just about making the right investments, it's about also being cautious, avoiding big risks that could wipe you out, and knowing when to play it safe. There's the story about Jesse Livermore, one of the greatest stock traders of his time. He made and lost several fortunes throughout his life. At one point, he made a profit equivalent to over $1 billion in today's money during the 1929 stock market crash. But later, he lost it all because he didn't manage his risks or recognize when to change his strategy. This example shows that accumulating money and keeping it require different mindsets. Humility and smart risk management are key to staying wealthy. It's not just about making the right investments, but knowing when to be cautious and protect what you've earned. Another key insight that I took from this book is how our personal experiences shape our financial decisions. The way we think about money is often rooted in our backgrounds and the lessons that we learned growing up. For instance, someone who grew up in a household that struggled with money might be more cautious with spending and saving. They might prioritize saving for emergencies and avoid debt at all costs. On the other hand, someone raised in a family where money was plentiful might have a more relaxed attitude towards spending and investing, believing that they can always earn more if needed. Let's say that both individuals come into a sudden windfall like an inheritance. The cautious person might decide to invest it wisely, looking for long-term growth opportunities. Meanwhile, the person who feels comfortable with money might be tempted to spend a portion of it on a luxury item or a vacation, thinking that they deserve it. This difference in mindset shows how our backgrounds can lead to very different financial behaviors, even in the same situation. Understanding these influences can help us make better choices and recognize why we act the way we do with our money. I feel this book also does a great job in explaining the complex relationship between money and happiness. The author points out that money can indeed buy happiness, but only to a certain extent. For example, having enough money to meet your basic needs, like food, shelter, and healthcare, can lead to a greater sense of security and well-being. However, once you reach a level of comfort, the boost to your happiness levels off. It's not about how much money you have, it's about how you use it. A big part of this is understanding what enough means for you. Many people fall into the trap of endless comparison, constantly measuring their wealth against others. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and dissatisfaction, even if you are financially secure. Instead of focusing on what others have, it's essential to determine what brings you joy and fulfillment. By knowing your personal enough, you can avoid the pressure to keep chasing more and instead appreciate what you already have, leading to a more content and happy life. Knowing your personal definition of enough allows you to make financial decisions that align with your values and goals. When you recognize what you truly need to feel secure and content, you can then focus on managing your money in a way that supports your life rather than complicate it. There's a great example from the book, and it's the story of a wealthy businessman who, despite his significant income, was constantly stressed about his finances. He was always chasing more money, believing that it would solve his problems. However, he eventually realized that he had more than enough to live comfortably, but was too caught up in comparing himself to others and aiming for an unattainable lifestyle. This realization allowed him to shift his mindset and focus on what truly brought him joy. By aligning his investments and financial choices with his personal definition of enough, he was then able to find peace of mind and create a life that truly fulfilled him. With that said, another critical part of your journey involves knowing the investment game that you're playing. Different strategies come with varying levels of risks and potential rewards, so it's essential to choose an approach that matches your financial goals and your comfort level. By aligning your investments with your personal definition of enough and managing your finances wisely, you can create a sense of security that allows you to sleep at night. Ultimately, it's about finding peace of mind in your financial life and knowing that you have a plan that works for you. The Psychology of Money offers profound insights into how our behaviors, emotions, and backgrounds shape our financial decisions. I think the author does a great job in reminding us that financial success isn't just about knowing the right strategies, it's about understanding ourselves and the psychological factors that drive our choices. Whether it's recognizing the importance of patience in long-term investing, or realizing that humility and risk management are key to preserving wealth. These lessons encourage us to take a more thoughtful approach to our finances. Now, something that I realized on a personal level while reading this book is that, just like the author, we paid off our homes early, both our personal and our rental properties. Like he said, it's the worst financial decision that they ever made, but the best money decision that they ever made. It's about financial independence and having the feeling we have knowing that we own these homes outright far outweighs the gains that we could have had by leveraging ourselves to acquire more and more. Like he said in this book, on paper, it doesn't make sense, but it works for us. So ultimately, you have to choose what's best for you and what makes you happy. This book teaches us that money is not just a tool for buying things. It's a means to create the life we want. By focusing on what truly matters, our values, relationships, and understanding what enough means, we can make better financial decisions that lead to true happiness and fulfillment. So as you move forward, keep these insights in mind and remember that mastering the psychology of money is just as important as mastering the numbers. Now, if you want to learn more about growing your wealth, then check out this video right here. But before you do that, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you liked this video and that you got something out of it. I'll see you in the next one.